This episode of Backyard Kombi, we're going to pull the front axle beam. This is something bigger and more complicated than I ever imagined I would tackle even just 2 years ago. I couldn't have pulled this off without some great how-to videos by CT's Garage, Marcy Junebug, and by Fix It Scotty. But before we get into it, let's do a mail call. Okay, I'm fairly excited today because of what I got in the mail, and that is a letter from Marcy Junebug. I'm covering up the addresses here, and I'm pretty sure that what's in this letter is my very own pickle chip. Thanks so much for your support. Truly appreciate it. Keep seeing the good. Cheers, Marcy. I think that these are the cards that she makes herself. And here's my little chip of pickle. That's pretty cool. So Marcy, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this on the keychain for my bus. Thank you very much. And wow, look at that. Even comes with a certificate of authenticity. What more could you ask for? There are a lot of parts under that bus. You get to know their names and functions. I labeled most of them and researched them. I read up about their maintenance, how to remove and replace them. I also used these labels as a means to introduce my son Clinton on what this part of the restoration would entail. You won't see him much in this video, but he'll be back next week once the beam is out and we can dismantle and restore it. Well, spoiler alert, we got the gear lever out. But as you'll see in a minute, it required extreme measures because the two bolts holding it in place are completely frozen with rust. Next up, I just went ahead and cut the clutch cable and both the e-brake cables as they needed replaced anyways. After that, it was time to remove the front shift rod, but as fate would have it, the coupler was rusted solid. To make matters worse, one of its bolts sheared off and I had to drill it out. Well, that didn't do the trick, so I tried using a torch to heat it up with the hope of breaking it free. Sadly, that attempt also ended in failure. All of this hassle started to make the angle grinder look pretty good as a solution. The cost of using the angle grinder to remove the front shift rod meant I'd also have to remove and replace the rear shift rod. I'll stop narrating for a few minutes and let you see for yourself how all that turned out. Let's see if we can get this out now. Getting stuck there at the end. I think I can bend that down. So it's hard to get this out because it hits here and it won't lower any farther. I just watched Brent on Haptic Garage figure out a way to make an adjustment here, but I don't know how to do that. So, I'm not trying to salvage this long rod anyway, so I think I'll just cut it up. So there's the whole steering rod, front and back. Interesting to take a look at it. It'll all get replaced. This would not come apart, not with penetrating oil, not with a torch, not with a hammer, not with vice grips, not with navel jelly. So it made itself difficult. What do you think, Marcy? Could be a turkey or a peacock. I just got back from Harbor Freight, picked up some goodies, bench grinder, which I've needed for some time, some new cutoff wheels, some dental picks and blowgun kits. Pretty cool. I've wanted one of these for a while. This little magnetic parts dish holder. Especially when my bike parts end up scattered everywhere, so that will be helpful. The thing I'm most excited about, and really the reason for the trip, was this forged ball joint separator. Yesterday I tried separating the ball joints on my front axle with this pickle fork, and it really didn't work. And as you can see, it actually bent the pickle fork. I just couldn't get enough leverage to make it work. But with this thing, apparently the deal is it's really heavy duty, I'll say, for one, which I'm glad to see after my bent pickle fork. You can stick this in here, and this is a kind of a press. We'll literally push, we'll literally force the separation. Let's give it a try. All right, give this a try. Size 19. I hope that this works. Hey, that did it. Scared the living hell out of me, but it did it. Am I still alive? One more time. I hope not to be scared or killed this time. I settle for being scared of a killed or injured. Okay. Still scary. Now, that drag link should come out. And it does. Rusty piece of crap that it is. Okay, we've got everything out of the way here. Drag link was the last piece in that puzzle. We've got all the cables removed. I've treated these last night with penetrating oil, but we'll do it again here with the hope that these bolts will come off without too much trouble. Got the breaker bar here. Let's give it a try. Oh, not bad. Hope they're all that easy. That'd be a great relief after all the other things that went wrong in this particular operation. That's easy. How about this one? That one's easy too. This breaker bar is about one of the best purchases I ever made. Wish there was a similar tool in life for all the other difficult things. Just add a breaker bar. Got to get that paper done in time. Pull out the writing equivalent of the breaker bar.
There it goes. Here we go. Okay, good deal.
There we go. All right. Now, get this. Can you pull the jack out if I kind of hold it up?
Sure.
All right.
It's a little heavy. It's more than I thought. Let me get better body angles.
Actually, got some dollars. I'm really happy this came out as easily as it did. Some of the videos I've watched that look like there were some real difficulties dropping these things. Did not encounter that really. So now it's time to dismantle, clean, de-rust, paint, order new parts, put it back together.